Today I'm going to be looking at a Felwinters Helm Warlock PVE build to turn you into a one-man lightning bomb that will allow you to run around in PVE causing huge damage not only with your abilities and weapons but also with Warmind Cells too. Felwinter's Helm is devastating when paired up with the right weapons, subclass and mods, so the following is a guide to a Felwinter's Helm Warlock PVE build in Destiny 2. And if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. There's a couple of elements to this build, but the basics are Felwinter's Helm, as well as the benefits from our exotic armour and subclass. I'm going to be spawning Warmind Cells left, right and centre, as well as regaining my grenade and melee ability nice and fast so we can rush around the map taking out all types of enemies very quickly. So let's have a look at the build in a little bit more detail. And first up we've got the exotic armour Felwinter's Helm. So this was originally introduced in Season 10, and much like many other exotics you can pick this one up from Xur if he's selling it, or pick up the exotic engram to get something from the loot pool. And you can also get this one from random world drop exotics too. Well, let's check out the perks on this one. So we've got Warlord's End, so arc, solar and void melee kills create a burst of energy that weaken nearby enemies. Finishers and kills against more powerful enemies increase the radius of the burst and the length of the weakening effect. I'm going to be using Warlord's End in conjunction with my grenade and my melee abilities when paired up with our subclass, weapons and mods. This is going to turn me into a walking thunderbolt with added Warmind Cells. So let's have a look at our subclass. So we've got the Attunement of Control, which is Middle Tree Stormcaller, and we're going to be using a few of the abilities here to maximise our damage output in PvE. So first up we've got Ionic Trace, so defeating enemies has a chance to create Ionic Traces, and collecting the Ionic Traces grant energy to all of your abilities. We've got Ball Lightning, so fire an arc projectile that travels forward and releases a perpendicular bolt of lightning. And we've got Pulse Wave, being critically wounded triggers an energy wave that boosts yours and your allies' speed. And we've also got Chaos Reach, unleash a long range channeled beam of concentrated arc energy, and while active you can press the super again to deactivate Chaos Reach early and save super energy. So the main benefit here is Ionic Trace, which gives you a boost to all abilities, and this one is going to allow us to have our grenade and melee up much more frequently in PvE, allowing you to dish out big damage with both abilities. I'm going to be using weapons and mods to increase the damage and help get our abilities back nice and fast so we can keep dishing out that pain to all of the enemies around us. Well, let's have a look at the weapons and the perks. Well, first up I've got Monte Carlo, which is an exotic kinetic auto rifle. So first up we've got the Monte Carlo method, so dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully charge your melee ability with each kill. And we've also got Markov Chain, and this gains increased damage from melee kills and kills with this weapon. Melee kills grant ammo for this weapon too. Next up I'm using the Icolos SMG, and this is an aggressive frame SMG that's going to help us spawn Warmind Cells. Now I've got a demolitionist roll of the SMG, so it's going to double up with Ionic Trace, getting my grenade back much faster. Finally, for the power weapon I'm using Temptation's Hook, which is a legendary power sword, and the perks on this one are a caster frame, so it launches a heavy projectile attack, and heavy attacks are stronger with full energy, and attacks partially bypass elemental shields. We've also got Surrounded, so this weapon gains bonus damage when 3 or more enemies are in close proximity. So for the weapons, they can be mixed and matched to your preference. Monte Carlo is great because of the Monte Carlo method, helping you out with your melee cooldown, and Markov Chain is great for increasing damage with that melee. The Icolos SMG is good because you can create Warmind Cells, but you can swap this out for any weapons that produce Warmind Cells, so the 7th Seraph Shotgun or the 7th Seraph SMG are good choices too. I like the Icolos SMG because I've got a demolitionist roll, and this is going to help recharge my grenade ability much quicker. And finally I'm using Temptation's Hook because it fits nicely with the arc theme of the build, plus it gives me that ranged damage through the caster frame if needed, plus close-up damage if I want to go in there and rain down hits on a boss. So here are the mods I'm going to be using for this build. I've got Global Reach, so the Warmind Cells you create affect and damage targets at a greater distance. I've got Modular Lightning, so collect a Warmind Cell creates a burst of chaining arc energy all around you. And finally I'm using Heavy Handed, so while charged with light you want to regain half of your melee energy when you use the charge melee ability, consuming 1 stack of charge with light. And to get charged with light I'm using Taking Charge, and Heavy Handed may be a little bit expensive, but it's going to help us get back half of our melee ability on a charge melee attack, so it's really useful. The mods are pretty key for this build, and they're going to help turn you into a one-man demolition machine. Global Reach and Modular Lightning are going to help improve the damage capabilities of the Warmind Cells you're spawning, which can only be a good thing. So now we've put together the build, let's have a look at some gameplay. So you want to run around and get kills with the Ikelos SMG to spawn Warmind Cells, and also get some arc melee ability damage in there to spawn Warmind Cells too. Blow them up for some big damage with Global Reach and Modular Lightning. You want to get your ability energy back through Ionic Trace and Monte Carlo kills. Get some finishers in there and activate Warlord's End with Felwinter's Helm, and then build up your super and unleash Chaos Reach. Keep spawning Warmind Cells and take out all those enemies. So run around, spawn Warmind Cells and have some fun with this PvE build. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you've got any ideas for future builds, or you'd like to see something specific related to exotic armour, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Well, that's it for this Felwinter's Helm Warlock PVE build in Destiny 2, and thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. To join our community, check out the Discord link in the description, or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out these other videos on the channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.
Something has shifted. Io is not as it was before.
No kidding. Look at the sky.
It's the life that once was. It is pale, gaunt, in retreat.
Sounds like retreat's the right idea.